Welcome to another episode of Issues and Insights. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, and today we've got some information for you all. For you folks that don't know much about Habitat for Humanity, today's show is totally dedicated to that, and today we've got Scott Turner, Scott, you're the Executive Director of
CEO, Executive Director,
Habitat for
whatever
Humanity.
you want to call it.
And also, for y'all that don't know this, our Deputy Judge Executive from Hardin County Government, Daniel London, is Chairman of the Board of Habitat. So, gentlemen, welcome. And I know a lot of people may not realize all that you all do. So today, we want to dedicate the Hardin County Government show to let folks know about what you all do and what Habitat encompasses. So, welcome to our show today. Hey, I know y'all got several things going on. So, Daniel, can you start us out by telling us kind of what's new for Habitat? I think you've got a little building project going on, a little.
We do, and I'll kick this off and then hand it over to Scott to talk a little bit more about it. But we're really excited. Something when I came on as board president 3 years ago, Scott and we huddled up in a room and said, all right, we've got to hammer out where we need to take this chapter in the next 5 years, have a strategic plan. And one of those things that he was really intent on, and I certainly got on board with that, as I think it's important, is for us to have our own facility. So right now, we have our corporate offices in one location. We have our Restore in a different location. And Restore, for those who don't know, is basically a Goodwill version of Lowe's. We have it over on Wilson Road. We wanted to have our own property where we had everything co-located, have it in a prime position for retail. And the purpose of that is not so we can have a big, beautiful building that we can brag about, but obviously efficiency of operation, having everyone co-located, and then B, obviously the income that we receive from our Restore sales goes directly back into building homes. So the more we can increase that profit, the more homes we can build. So we were able to partner with the Islamic Center of Elizabethtown. They were incredibly gracious to us, and their old mosque that was located on Ring Road beside E-Town Exterminating, that was originally listed for about $450,000. As everyone knows, property on Ring Road is very very expensive. They discounted that by more than $200,000
oh, wow.
For us as a gift, so we could purchase that property. And we're going to build a new building on it. Already moving dirt. Talk about that.
Yeah, we probably a month ago we've demoed the building. They're actually doing grade work on it now.
Great or grade?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, great. They're doing great.
Make sure okay, I don't hear as well as I used to, Scott, so I want to make sure I heard that right.
They're doing great grade work right now, getting the ground packed in. There is a little bit of slope, so they have to build up some, and so they're doing all the dirt work now. We'll have footers, foundations done sometime in the next few weeks, waiting on some final permits to get signed off on. And as Daniel mentioned, one of the big things is location. We've been on South Wilson Road, which it's a nice location. It's just out of the way. And one of the big things that several years ago, when I was at a Habitat International meeting, it was all about, with the Restore meetings that I was in and training classes, it was all about location, location, location.
And that's what they tell you about any business.
Any business, yeah, correct. And so you look at our location now versus Ring Road, and the traffic count is going to be, I couldn't tell you the difference. I mean, it's going to be multiples of anything, I'm not sure.
But now, Daniel, when people talk about Habitat, some of our folks that are watching the show today may not know exactly what Habitat's all about. They've heard Habitat, they've heard us talking, they've heard about fundraisers, but tell folks, because I think there is a misconception, we've talked about this before, that people think that you are giving people houses, and that is not so.
Well, and that drives Scott and I nuts, of course, and we always lead off with that. We do not give away houses. We target families who are in need. They can afford a reasonable home, an affordable home, and that's what we build. Around the $70,000 mark is our cost in it. And then these homes are generally valued over $100,000. So these are not cheap homes by no no means. They're the most energy efficient homes within the community. Scott goes to great lengths to make
and
sure
I
that
might even say they may be one of the most energy efficient homes in all of Hardin County. The way Scott and your crew, because it's not just Scott. There's a large crew that do this. But I'm sorry. I just
no. You're exactly
I
right.
used to be on the board. I just want to make sure people know that it is very energy efficient.
And I want Scott to talk about that in a minute. So we target families who can afford a home, our type of home. They have certain qualifications. I won't go through all those, but they have certain qualifications that they have to meet, and they make a payment. We carry the mortgage with Habitat. Obviously, we have some grant funding that goes into this, but a large portion of it is funded out of the generosity of this community. Their payments would be right around $500 a month, give or take, depending on the situation, depending on the home and how long we amortize it out.
And you all have partners. There's partners in everything that you all do. You've got partners, and we just talked about the Islamic Center on your new building that you're doing. You have more partners there with that building, but you also have partners in your builds for your houses that you do out in the community.
We do, and we, again, this community we highlight it often is incredibly generous, and we have several businesses that come together to make that happen. I'm going to ask Scott to, I asked him to bring a list today, and he's going to talk about that. But at one point I want to make, particularly to make this building project happen for our restore, we've first of all, we have a great contractor in Sean Golf Construction, who's has made us a good deal in making this happen. West Banco has come forward with a very attractive interest rate that we all would love to have if we were doing a commercial project. So they have helped us out significantly in making sure that we can get there. Republic Bank bought some of our mortgages that we hold, over $200,000 worth of those that we can put into this in this project. So we've had some great partners specifically to this this project that have been absolutely phenomenal to make that happen. Scott, you want to talk about some of these others?
Yeah, probably our largest one they're always there for us, have always been there for us, is the Swope family. Yeah. I mean, everybody knows the Swope family.
Even to the point of giving you a vehicle at one point in the early years, correct?
Correct.
And just gave us another one.
We've got a new one now, new vehicle, new construction truck. But financially, they've really helped us. And I was telling somebody the other day, at one point we honored Mr. Swope, Bill Swope, and he had mentioned at the dinner, and then probably not long after that, I had spoke with him personally one day, and he talked about going around doing good. That was his motto, going around doing good. And so he really supported Habitat, but he also instilled that in Carl and Bob, and so the whole Swope family have just been awesome, with us. It's been a great partnership.
Mr. Swope was involved in so many charitable organizations. Dot Hanson would get people involved in things, and she would get folks like Bill Swope involved in those. And so their family has been very giving.
Absolutely. Yeah,
back to the community.
Right. We've had recently. We've had the Schmidt Family Foundation, which was part of the Coke plant, bottling plant that was here years ago. There's still a foundation there. They've been helping us financially. As Daniel mentioned before, West Banco, they've helped us. They actually, not just with this building that we're doing, we got a new restore truck last year. The one we had was having some issues. So they helped us offset some cost for that.
And they actually presented a check at last year's dinner,
Correct.
best I remember, for
Correct.
that vehicle.
Correct. And then again, obviously there's been several of the Swopes. We've had some smaller businesses. The Jack Hart Body Shop, they help us monthly. They're always there. Fort Knox Credit Union, they've helped us tremendously. Not just during the year with financially, but also every year, the last 2 years, with our golf outing. We have a golf outing, and they've sponsored that, and just made that event a great day, a great event for us. We actually at one point had dropped that golf outing. Just there's a lot of work to it, a lot of stuff to do, but now that they came on board to help us,
Well, it was a wonderful attended event this spring with everybody. It started out kind of rainy that morning, best I remember, but my gosh, what a group of golfers.
Yeah. We've done over $20,000 for each one of those events, and again, them coming in and sponsoring that and paying the fees has made that incredibly profitable
and
for
to
us.
have it at E-Town Country Club and all the hole sponsors and so on, I know there was a lot of help in doing that.
It was, absolutely.
Yeah. Probably the other, we've got Gates, the Gates company here, and that's kind of a unique thing. It's more the employees there. Gates has basically a match program. So several of the employees come and help us at the build site, particularly a lot of the women come and help us at the build site different times during the year. And when they come, they end up bringing us, a donation, and then they also give us a form to fill out that we send into Gates corporate, and so there's a match there. So that's been a good partnership as well. The other thing, kind of going back to the homes, the energy efficiency, we do have every home, once the house is done, we have an independent contractor come from, actually they're in Berea, Kentucky, and they do a full-blown energy audit, blower door test. They check all the appliances. They check, of course, we're 100% LED now on all the lighting, but we are one of the lowest in the state. The company just changed hands last year, and when I sent all the information in and the inspector came, the new owner called me just to verify. He said, I just want to make sure these numbers are right because this is going to be a pretty low number, and obviously in this, lower is better. And I said, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Sarah Vaughn would love to hear that you're all LED because, see, now all Christmas at Freeman Lake is LED now. And Sarah is a stickler for that. So, and Sarah was here earlier, so she's got a big program tomorrow with Heartland Festival.
So average electric bill is?
We're running about $70 a month.
Oh,
that's
wow.
total electric.
Oh, wow.
That's a 1,200.
We would love to have that electric.
Oh, yeah. That's a 1,200 square foot house, total electric. But yeah, it's
amazing.
When we do on our mortgages, we actually, it's similar.
And that includes the heat and air conditioning in that
Oh,
too.
yeah, everything. It's 100% electric. When we do our mortgages, the whole application process, it's very similar to a conventional mortgage, where we go through and we have to look at all the family's current bills. There's a debt to income ratio that we have to calculate. So we look at what are their current bills. And generally, when I review all of their current utility bills, they're running average of about $200 a month. And so now you look at $200 a month down to $70. That's extra money in their pocket for for the children, for clothes, for food, for medicine. It's a big deal for these families. And then on top of that, with their typically, 100% of the time, their mortgages, which is principal, taxes, and insurance. We do a zero interest mortgage, but it is less than their current rental price now.
You turn out way better.
It's just that is just an awesome ministry.
It is.
And that is a God thing.
It is.
When you start talking about
it
that.
absolutely is. Absolutely.
I do want to recess back just a little bit. We started talking about the new building that you all are building. I know folks are driving by wondering, what that is, located out on Ring Road. But when is your all's completion date? You told me they were going to have footers there. How far down the road do you think we're going to be moving?
We're looking at approximately 6 months. So it will be from now, probably 1st of March 2020 is when we'll have our grand opening.
And the forecasters have forecast no blizzards, no hard
If it stays hot and dry like it is now all winter, it could be this way at Christmas.
Well, no, not at Christmas.
Well, we have one day of snow.
Okay. But you're thinking 6 months. I know y'all had a big groundbreaking back last month.
Yes.
So 6 month build time. Now, with that being said, your corporate office for your offices for all the building that you do for all the homes and the restore, everything will be located in, it'll be a one-stop shop.
It'll be co-located, absolutely. And I want to talk about, again, a little bit of the financial benefit of this. If our projections hold true, which we are confident they will in terms of our sales increasing. Right now we build 4 to 5 houses per year. which is phenomenal for a chapter of our size in the state. Because I think we're number 3 in terms of what we build in the state behind Louisville and Lexington. So that puts it in perspective for you. We hope the margin, if we realize the margins that we anticipate moving here, we could potentially build 2 more homes a year financially. We have the financial wherewithal to do that. That brings in perspective our strategic plan in that by 2022 we are targeting doubling our capacity, build capacity from 4 to 5 homes a year to 8 to 10. And so this gets us almost there just by doing this one project.
Your hair's going to be my color.
He's going to have a lot of responsibility.
With looking at moving the restore there, I know that you all have talked in the past about, hey, if we're bringing in a load of tile, we're doing some things at the restore to bring in more business. The restore that you're building or relocating out at this new building, will it be larger than the restore that you currently have, or?
It's going to be a little smaller, but right now the existing restore is 2 separate buildings.
Right.
So there's some wasted space there. This one will be slightly smaller, and we'll have our offices in there. But given the location, we think turnover-wise, we're going to be clearing shelves. That's our goal, is to clear the shelves pretty quick. And we purchase product as well. We get brand new. It's not seconds, it's overruns of like laminate flooring. We get the new SPC, which is the waterproof vinyl laminate. We can't keep that in stock. We're actually getting ready to order another truckload of that. So, and we hope to expand our resale products.
That was my next question. Are you going to expand those? I mean, I know you get them in every so often.
Right.
So thinking that your sales were increased because you're in a high traffic area now, or is where you're moving to? Yeah,
there is by law, there's a certain limit that we can profit off of resale product, because we are a nonprofit and given our 501c3. So there's a percentage there that we have to stay under. But at some point, it may make sense to go over that and just to pay it's not a penalty, you pay taxes on it. So we were going to look at that in the future as well, do a business plan on that.
Obviously, there's some unknowns with this new building in terms of what that turnover rate will be for product and what the increase will be in donations. Obviously, we anticipate with more visibility, we'll have more donations. So we're going to have to feel our way through that a little bit. If donations don't keep up with the demand, obviously, we're going to have to buy more stuff.
And with you moving, the current restore has been in the location it's been in for several years now. So it's just a matter of people getting used to the new location and so on too.
And to talk about ministry, it actually works out that we'll be moving from that location because Valley Creek took over that facility because it's back part of a church, and so they'll be able to expand their ministry and the opportunities there as well.
So you're expanding ministry on both sides.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, when we started talking about this, we talked about sometimes big is better, but big may present a penalty there. But the tile and so on that you get into, we talked about laminate, you get a large amount of ceramic tiles as well, correct, Scott?
Right, yeah, we kind of alternate back and forth. It just depends on what's popular right now. And we've recently been splitting the loads up too. We'll get maybe half a truckload of tile. And this isn't just regular square tile. This is 6 by 3 foot, the wood look tile, the new.
Right.
And again, these aren't.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that myself.
Right. Yeah, these aren't seconds. These are just overruns.
I've used it in my own home. I mean, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing we do, again, to save us money, we have to be cognizant of what we're spending on the houses. So we will get this product. We'll buy a truckload, and it's about $20,000 for a truckload. So it's quality product. We will actually purchase part of that ourselves for the construction site. So now we're putting that product, which we're getting at a discount price,
saving more money
on the house, and putting a quality product in the house. The more like this waterproof laminate that we can put in the house, the longevity of that stuff versus some of the other linoleum or carpet. It just makes a better quality house.
Well, let's talk about saving money. You all do several fundraisers, and this comes right along with saving money. You all do several fundraisers a year because this is a ministry, and you're trying to do this to save people money. What are some ways that you all? What kind of fundraisers do you have? I heard you talk about a golf scramble, so we know that happened earlier in the spring. There's some other things that you have going on that's coming up in September.
Right.
I'll take that. So 26th September, we have our annual fundraising dinner. That's our Master Builder Award ceremony that we do annually. We're actually going to do that this year at the new Extension office facility. It holds 450, if I remember right. And so it'll be a new facility, larger.
Because it's been at Grace Heartland in years past.
It has been, which I want to say Grace Heartland has been a phenomenal partner. We're not upset at anything that we've had it there since 2014. We're not moving because of a problem. It's capacity. Our goal this year is to fill that new facility at 450. Traditionally, we've had 200 to 250 there. Of course, we're capped.
So that brings up a good point. If somebody is wanting to attend that dinner so that they can donate, how do they get tickets? How do they get invited? What's the process there, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to hit that, Scott?
The easiest thing is to call our office. Our
what's the number
office
there?
number is 270-360-9900.
And folks, we'll put that down at the bottom of the screen so that y'all can get that. And are tickets available also through y'all's website or only through calling the office?
Well, we'd like for them to call the office. They can go on the website and get the information. They can find our phone number. They can find our email address, find our location. But we would prefer, because right now we have it's a catered event. We'll have dinner there, and we really need to know who's coming. And so if we can do all of this.
So give me that number again.
270-360-9900.
And folks, that's for tickets for the event on September 26th to raise funds, and it gives you a great opportunity to help this ministry at Habitat for Humanity.
And we're going to recognize Major General Retired Bill Barron this year with our award. It's not a surprise. He knows it. He's done a lot of great good for our community overall. He's helped Habitat. So we want to recognize him.
And he likes to mess with people a little
He
bit.
He does. But he's one of those that we felt like is an unsung hero here within our community. He's recognized a lot of others, helped this community, but hasn't received the recognition that we really feel like he needs. So
and he's a lot of behind-the-scenes support too for a lot of people in the community, to include myself. So
yeah, so it's dual purpose: honor someone and raise money to build homes for those who need it within the community.
Awesome. So again, call the office to get information about that, and they will get you hooked up, because I know you sit at different folks' tables. You might even hear some people recruiting you to come attend this because they're sponsoring a table, and then you'll have a chance to donate.
And I'll highlight too, you can volunteer basically any day except for Sunday as well on our job site or at our restore. Obviously, we need help at the restore in terms of keeping things tidy and cashiers and so on. But on the bill site, hey, you don't have to be a construction person to be there and swing a hammer. We will find something for you to do.
So, folks, if you all out there, whether it's an organization that is, say, like the Kiwanis or Masons, you want to volunteer to help them out, or if you've got a business out there, or even any of you factories are looking for some way to help give back to your community, what a great way to volunteer on a build, because you'll take them any day, won't you, Scott?
Any
Except
day,
Sunday.
Right, any day during the week. We typically do around 8 to 12:30, Monday through Friday, and then all day on Saturdays. Saturdays we'll provide lunch. A lot of the businesses and even some churches, they kind of use that as a team building exercise. A lot of the communities, a lot of the other habitats, because it's a team building exercise, they actually charge these businesses to come in. We're not charging anybody. We want the help.
Right,
the
you're
more help
tickled to
we
have
get,
the help.
the more houses we can build.
Absolutely. We talked about this earlier, and I skipped around a little bit because I was wanting to get some information that y'all were going to, so a good segue. But if folks out there watching this show right now are saying, I've had trouble making ends meet. the place that I'm living in is not a good place for my children to be in. How can folks get information on how to be able to get a Habitat home? Do I qualify? Am I able to do that? What's some information you can give them, Scott, to be able to tell those folks, hey, come in and let's talk to us?
Well, the easiest thing to do, again, you call the office and we can give them information over the phone, or they go to our website.
What is that website?
If they just Google Hardin County Habitat, that'll take them right to our website, and it'll give everything. Because a lot of people don't realize too, we fall under the same laws now as a bank in the mortgage lending, as well as the title. I'm a certified loan originator now. That's just part of because we are dealing with people's financial information, personal information. So we can't give them everything. There's only certain times that we're taking applications, but we will put them on a waiting list and we'll tell them everything they need. So, and then we actually are going to open up applications in October. So if they call now.
And that's not very far away. I mean, we're
It's
in the
not.
last of
Oh, no.
August right now.
Yeah.
We're knocking
Coming
on
up on it.
September's door right
Right.
now. So
Yeah, it'd probably be about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks we'll be taking applications. Generally, we get 40, 50, 60 applications. We have to cut it down to about 5. We need to have 5 families in the queue all the time, primarily for our grants. Our grants are so competitive now. We compete against for-profit, and you're building an apartment complex, you got a lot better chance of putting different segments of families in there. We're limited on what, I'm doing 5 homes a year, so I need to know what families I have up front. So again, encourage everybody, that if you think you might qualify, or if you want, or you are interested, just call us.
And sometimes a home becomes available because somebody may be able to get out of that home. They start doing better, they get a better job. And I know you all get homes back ever so
Right.
often where you may be able to put a family in a home sooner than what you expected.
Yeah, primarily these homes are built, it's brand new construction. It's not started until we get a family, because we have to know how many children are in the home, and is there any disabilities. So it's not a custom home, but it's built for that family, size-wise. Which the other thing too, we are actually, every home we build now is age in place. It's all 0 threshold doors, so if in the future, a wheelchair or something like that, all of the light switches, thermostats, everything's at a certain level. There's extra additional support brackets inside the walls for future grab bars in the restrooms, bathrooms. And we do get homes back occasionally. Not to go, it's a great story, and not to go into it, we don't have time for it, but we actually did have a single mother that dropped out of college a few years ago, that after she got a Habitat home and after she went through all the finance training that we put them through, she went back to school, got her degree, and got a really great job up north side of Louisville. So she turned her house back in, said she just wanted to bless another family, and didn't want to drive back and forth to Louisville every day.
Well, guys, we appreciate so much what you all do, and I knew our time would go by really quick. They're telling us we're at the end, so we want to thank you for everything you do. Folks, if you'd like to attend the Habitat Dinner for fundraising to bless this ministry, you can reach out. We're going to put the number of the office at the bottom of the screen, or there may be some people that are out here recruiting you to come to that. So please think about that as you're able to do that and see what you can give. Guys, thank you for what you all do. We appreciate you so much. Daniel London from Hardin County Government and Scott Turner from Habitat. We appreciate everything. Enjoy the fall as we get upon it here, and stay tuned to Hardin County Education and Community TV.